There are so many environmental issues out there and toxins and chemicals in the environment which obviously affect the balance of nutrients in our food. But just through our regular fast pace of life, you know, we eat fast, we don't always sit down, we don't eat a meal properly, fruit and vegetables, etc. So it's very difficult for us to maintain our correct balance of nutrients throughout the day.
Often our diet is not what it should be. The foods, for various reasons, don't contain the nutrients that they used to, and the best way around this, as we don't know exactly how good or bad any foodstuff is to take supplements, of which Forevъr has a very wide range that can cover these deficiencies.
The body needs different supplements at different stages throughout of our lives, because at different times of our lives we put our bodies under extra strain. So like 15 and 16, teenage years, you're growing, then you're going into maybe university, college, moving away, then you've got pregnancy, you've got menopause, obviously we get older and we get all the wear and tear onto our joints, and it's at those times that we need a little bit of extra help on top of the usual maintenance that we should be having on a day-to-day basis.
Arctic Sea is one of Forevъr's fantastic supplements. For me, it's one of the best examples of the supplement range because of the quality. So it's omega-3 fish oils with omega-9 from olive oil. The fish oils are sourced from fish in the Arctic, hence the name. So fantastic purity, very, very pure sourced omega-3 fish oils. And one of the things I love about it is that it's a very good all-round supplement. One of the most important benefits anyway is to maintain the correct levels and the proper balance of cholesterol. And most of us don't get what we need in our everyday diets.
If we can't, as is suggested, eat 2 meals per week of oily fish, not the white fish, the oily fish like salmon and sardines, etc., then this is a very, very useful supplement to take on a regular basis.
Everyone should take Arctic Sea. It's fantastic for older people, for the benefits to the heart, benefits on cholesterol levels, benefits to the joints, but even right down to children who have problems with attention and concentration and behaviour, it's absolutely brilliant. I like to think of Arctic Sea as brain food, so it's very good for giving the brain and the nerves what they need to function in the best possible way.
I've been taking Arctic Sea for over 15 years now, and the benefits are an improvement in my cholesterol levels and also in joint mobility. I played a lot of sports when I was young: football, rugby, cricket, a lot of impact sports as well, so the benefit has been substantial for me in that area.
The more I looked into the product, again, the more my confidence grew. I knew it was harvested from Arctic waters, therefore there were less pollutants. It was taken from parts of the fish that weren't involved in toxic chemicals. So, you know, I just knew that I was doing something right. Back to the principle that we are what we absorb, not what we eat.
I was already taking some supplements before I knew about Forevъr because I'd had breast cancer. And so the fish oils were one of the important things I knew I had to take, and I always believed you should have a really good quality supplement if you're going to take one. So I took it purely to get the good fish oils. But what I noticed was, once I started taking it, that my hair was better. It was just improved and it was lovely. My skin was less dry, and my nails grew, my fingernails grew, and they were much stronger. So all round, it's a really lovely product.
I started taking the Arctic Sea after being diagnosed of a blood sugar level, high blood pressure, and within a month of using the Arctic Sea, the blood pressure level was brought down to normalcy again, so it did help me quite a lot.
I take Arctic Sea every day, try not to miss it. I know I would miss it if I wasn't able to take it, and I just want to hang on to the results I've got.
B vitamins are essential, and we have a fantastic range of B vitamins. We need them for the body to function properly, We need them to help metabolise and take energy from the food that we eat. And because they are water soluble, they're very, very delicate, very, very fragile, and we lose the B vitamin out of our system in probably 4, 6 to 8 hours. So it needs to be replaced on a day-to-day basis.
It's packed full of nutrients. In fact, it's nature's most complete food. So in terms of a brilliant multivitamin, multi-mineral, jam-packed full of fantastic agents that our bodies need, it's brilliant.
Pollen is often called ambrosia, the food of the gods, because man can exist on pollen alone with enough fibre and water. It really is the equivalent of our multivitamin.
One of the additional benefits of bee pollen is that it can be very useful at the times when pollen is high. It can just naturally help to get the body to react normally to the pollen rather than having an excessive reaction.
In areas of maybe that people need to specifically take it is if people are suffering with nervous problems, poor skin, poor digestion, and are just generally very, very tired and low in energy. Those would be the areas that I would probably specify that people take it.
One of the benefits I received from bee pollen was certainly the increased energy levels, and that was always a primary factor for me.
When I started taking bee pollen, I took it for energy, but what I found was whenever the pollen count was high, I used to have like nasally sniffling or whatever, and it has never happened from I started taking bee pollen.
In my early teens, I started to develop some kind of reaction when the summer came along and the pollen count was high. And that lasted right the way through to my early 30s when I joined Forever. And it was at that point that I started taking the bee pollen, and I noticed that within probably 5 or 6 months it was making a major difference to the way I felt. I didn't have a running nose anymore, my eyes weren't crying all the time, I didn't have a sore throat, and that's lasted right the way through until today. I don't have any problems at all now.
Since taking it, I have noticed a big difference. I take about 2 a day, and I don't have to have a nap with my daughter anymore. I can be awake all day without feeling tired.
I used to be very sensitive around cats, not just where a cat was, but also if I went into a room where a cat had been, my nose and eyes used to start running straight away. But again, since taking the bee pollen, I've noticed that I don't have that problem at all. In fact, I can have a cat on my lap, I can stroke it, and it doesn't annoy me or upset me in any way.
Having something there that would underpin my immune system was really important for me, and bee pollen did it, for sure.
I always carry some bee pollen with me, so if I'm feeling a little bit drowsy, I'll chew 2 or 3 tablets, and literally within the space of a few minutes, I'm just wide awake again because it's such a powerful energy food.
RG Plus is based on the amino acid L-arginine because L-arginine is the source of nitric oxide, and it is this substance that within the body opens up blood vessels and therefore increases blood flow. So this is of huge importance. It's called RG Plus because it has got extra additives in the form of berries, in particular Morello cherries, that improve joint health, red wine extract that helps to lower cholesterol and has a cardioprotective element, and several other antioxidants, particularly coming from the added pomegranate.
I started taking RG Plus because I play Premiership rugby, and obviously I'm taking knocks and hits all the time. I wanted to improve my recovery rates. And RG also helps to build muscle mass and strengthen the muscles and reduce fatty tissue, and obviously as an athlete that's what I'm always looking for.
One of the first benefits I experienced from RG was certainly better quality sleep. I found I was going into a deeper sleep much quicker, and when I was waking in the morning I actually definitely felt rested and ready for the day ahead.
Having a 20-month-old daughter, my sleep patterns were all over the place, and waking up first thing in the morning I was absolutely shattered for at least an hour and a half. And I started drinking RG Plus, and I found that my energy levels now are much higher.
I started taking RG at the same time as I started training for my first half marathon. I'm not really a runner, I'd just done a bit of running every now and then, decided to do a half marathon. Started taking the RG, and what I found was my recovery rate was really much quicker while I was using this product.
During the running sessions at the club, in the speed sessions during the week, I always was a middle pack runner. I never quite got into the elite section. But all of a sudden now I found myself performing with the elite runners and actually challenging them at the front. The other benefit was a massive improvement in the recovery at the end of each of those speed sessions, to the extent they started asking me what I was taking.
I started taking the RG Plus as soon as it was released because I was going to the gym, and I actually found the results I got from it was I could actually train a lot harder and I was a lot stronger and had a lot more energy from doing so.
My doctor took a blood test, sent for me, told me my cholesterol was too high, gave me a diet sheet of what not to eat. But I went off on holidays and the diet sheet didn't come out of my case. So 12 weeks later I come back to the doctor. Hadn't done anything other than take a scoop of RG every morning, and she was delighted at the results, that it went from 7 down to 5.4. She says, keep on doing what you're doing.
I had a huge impact, fairly quickly in fact, on my blood pressure, which dropped significantly. I've always been marginally high with my blood pressure, and whatever I've done, it just seems to have been very stubborn. But now it's well down in normal ranges. So that was an immediate and measurable impact. Then I had my cholesterol measured, and that seems to have dropped a little as well. So yeah, I'm really pleased with the effects it's had, and I just feel great.
The RG Plus has definitely helped me to recover from contact sport because I broke my rib a month ago, and they say that the recovery period for a broken rib can be 6 to 12 weeks. And only 3 weeks into my recovery I was noticing that I was able to do the daily chores and lifting and carrying my child, and so I really feel that RG Plus has helped to speed up the recovery process of my broken bone.
Because of the way I'm feeling and the benefits that the RG Plus is making me feel, I know it's helping me on the inside, even though I can't see it.